Now, this slide is just kind of a repeat of what I just talked about, so I'm going to do this one kind of quick. Here we have a parabola. Notice this parabola does not go up or down. It goes to the right, and parabolas now can go to the right, they can go to the left. If you remember, way back in chapter 1 or 2, parabolas that go up, parabolas that go down, this was x squared, this was what? Negative x squared, right? Okay. Well, this turns out to be not x squared, but y squared. So whenever you see y, or a parabola pointing right versus up and down, right or left will be y squared, okay? Notice again, the parabola is pointing right. This point right there is known as the focus. This is the directrix right here, this line. Okay. And the directrix they'll always ask you for the directrix, and because it's vertical, you're going to give it an equation look. All vertical lines look like what? How do they sound? X equals, yeah. It's always x equals, and if it goes through the x-axis at 3, you'd put 3. But I don't know where it's going through, so I'll just say x equals a number, okay? This line right here is called the what? Cutting through the middle. Axis of symmetry, okay? AOS, I think we abbreviated a long time ago. This is the axis of symmetry, cutting the parabola in half, okay? Again, the most important thing to you is, what is this distance P and this distance P? And these two distances are equal. So it's going to be the same number no matter what. All right. Now, the next slide is really important, and it's really, really faded on your paper. I'm so sorry. So here's what you need to do. On the very top, I put this nice and big and bold. I want you to understand this. All 4 parabolas you're looking at, all of them have a vertex at the origin. So what I need you to do is get the origin to be right there at that vertex on this parabola, that one, this one, this one. Okay? So you have to darken this thing up quite a bit. Just make sure the vertex is at the origin. So you might have to draw all your x, y's over. I'm going to start with the parabolas that point up and down. Okay? Because I think you guys are used to those, so I'll just start with these. Okay, so there's 4 possible equations when you see parabolas. When you see a parabola pointing up versus down, you know it's going to be a what kind of variable squared? X squared, right. So you know this is your equation. It's an x squared. Now, when will the parabola point up? When the p-value is what? Greater than 0. Now, where's the focus? Here the focus would be inside. It'd be somewhere around here. Okay? So the focus will be above the vertex. And this is a positive p-value there. Okay, down here, the focus would be here. This would be when your p-value is negative. Okay? Now, this is vertex at the origin. It's a really simple formula. X squared equals 4 times p times y. Once your parabola points right or left, you're going to get what? The other formula. That would be a y squared equation. Y squared, if it points right, that means the focus is on the right of the vertex. If it points left, that means the focus is on the left of the vertex. Okay? And I need you to understand, the parabola always wraps itself around the focus. So if the focus is here, you know it's going to wrap itself this way. Okay? Now, on this one, if you look, because it's pointing right, the p-value is greater than 0. So let's just write this word. You know it's positive. Okay? So when p is positive, you're going to get a parabola that points up or a parabola that points to the right. When p is negative. You're going to get a parabola pointing down or a parabola pointing to the left. Okay? Good? Sorry about that slide. That slide was terrible. It was just so faded. Okay? Hopefully you fixed it up a little bit. Okay? All right. Now, what's super important on this slide? Right here. You have to know the equation. Because I'm going to say, what equation are we looking at? Is it an x squared or is it a y squared equation? I'll keep saying that to you. Okay? All right. Here comes our first example. Okay? Find the equation. Okay, so find the equation. So it's got to be x squared, y squared. Of the parabola with a focus of 1/2, 0, and a directrix of x equals -1/2. Okay. Right off the bat, I want everybody to understand this. I will always tell you to do this. Sketch the info. You need to sketch because you need to see what they're talking about. Okay. Very faded graph paper, okay? Look at the numbers they gave you. 1/2, 0. That's the focus. And focus is a point. So I think you guys should just make up your own grids. Maybe do 2. Every 2 squares or every 2 intervals would be 1 unit, okay? I think you should do that. Otherwise, it's going to get too crowded for you. So the focus would be at 1/2, 0. Okay. And the directrix is at x equals -1/2. Now remember, x equals a number is vertical. So you would draw your vertical line cutting through here. Okay. And I did that at -1. I shouldn't have done that. Sorry. I'm off a little. Try that again. I should have came here. There's my directrix right there. X equals -1/2. Okay. All right. Okay. At this point, what's the vertex? Why is it 0, 0? Yeah, it's in the middle. Yeah, it's dead center. The vertex is dead center between the focus, right here. The focus and the directrix, it's got to be dead center. It's the midpoint. All right, now, just asking you this question. What's it going to do? Is it going to go up, down, right, or left? Right. It's going to wrap around the focus, and the focus is right here. So you know it's going to go this way, this way. That's a very quick sketch. I'm just kind of showing you the direction. Okay, so my second thing, if I were you, I would say write yourself just a general equation. Which equation is it? Is it x squared or y squared? It's y squared, okay? I don't have a lot of room here, so I'm going to slide down a little bit. So you know it's going to be a y squared equals, what's the other part of this? 4px, right? Good? So this is just the general equation. It's generic. Okay. So now, remember what they wanted you to do? Write the equation. Well, if you're going to write the equation, you need everything here. You need this number, p. What is p in this case? Okay, p is the distance from the vertex to the focus and the vertex to the directrix. How far is that? Yeah, that's 1/2, isn't it? So in this case, p is 1/2. And of course, you're going to put it right there, since p is 1/2, to write yourself an equation. Okay? So the equation to your parabola will be y squared equals 4 times 1/2 times x. Final answer is what? Yeah, y squared equals 2x. Okay, there it is. Okay. So your job is to write the equation, and it wasn't too bad if you just write the general formula down. and then fill in the p-value. Remember, p is the distance between vertex and focus, and vertex and directors, okay? Now, hang on, because it did not really say get this parabola looking really good. It just said kind of write the equation. So to get this to look a little better, we want to graph the parabola. So I'm going to read this to you, and then I'll show you what to do right after this. It says, any segment connecting 2 points on the parabola and passing through the focus is called a focal chord. So if I go like this, if I pick a point on the parabola right here, and I go through it like this, that's called a focal chord, okay? But keep reading. The focal segment perpendicular to the axis of symmetry is called the latus rectum, okay? I will cross that out, and I will now say it's called the focal width, okay? Now, how do I get the focal width? And by the way, the focal width is right here. It goes right through the focus, hits this point, through the focus, hits this point, right there. So really, if I can get this point, and I can get this point, I can sketch that parabola pretty quick, okay? How do we do it? Well, let's just take a look. It says right here, and this was covered up on yours, wasn't it? I think. Yeah, this is covered up. Okay. All it is this. You just have to substitute the x value of the focus into the equation to find 2 additional points on your parabola. And really, this will be very easy for you. I'm going to kind of erase this mess now, because we really don't know what the parabola looks like. So what's the focus again? 1/2, comma 0. And you should know if you plug in 1/2, you're going to go up or down, however high you have to. Well, to do it, you're going to plug this number, the x value, into your equation down there. And there's your equation right here. So I'm going to plug 1/2 in. It's going to be y squared equals 2 times half. That's your x value. Okay? And then you're going to solve for y squared. Y squared equals what? How much? Is that 1?
Yes.
So we take the square root of both sides, you get what? Square root of this, square root of that. Your answer is and -1. Which means there's 2 y values, and there should be 2 y values when you think about it. If I put in 1/2 for x, how high do I go? How low do I go? Well, I'm going to go 1 up and 1 down. So my new points are, here's my new points. I plugged in 1/2, I got out 1. I plugged in 1/2, I got out -1. So for me to graph this, I'm going to go, there's 1/2, there's 1, there's 1/2, there's -1. Down to here, up to here, hit the vertex, come on through. Good? And what the focus does for you guys is it just helps you know how wide your parabola is. And they do call that the focal width. And the focal width is from 1 up, 1 down. So how long is the focal width? How long is the focal width? 2 units. It's 2 units wide right here. That's all you know. And you're not going to get any more points there. 3 points. Get the vertex, get the focal width from the focus up and from the focus down. That's it. Okay. Graphing, guys, graphing, sketching is everything to you. Sketch your info, get your general equation, and go find your p-value, because that's a lot. Okay? P will get you to your answer. Okay. This one I changed. I changed it on you. It's not 8x, it's not 2x, it's 8x. Put that there, please. Change it, let's go. That needs to be changed. Okay. Given the parabola with the equation y squared equals 8x. Oh, let's go find the focus, let's find the vertex, let's find the directrix, let's find the focal width. All right, tell me something you know about this one. Y squared equals 8x. It's going to the right. It's y squared. It's either right or left. Why did you say right?
Positive.
Positive, yeah. So you got a positive number right there. You know it's this, right? Anything else you know? It's what?
X is 2.
X is 2. I'm not sure.
Or P is 2. P is 2.
Oh, P is 2. Okay.
So I
Yes, you're right. But hang on. There's one more thing I wanted you guys to say. In that form, if you go back, 1, 2, 3, oh, right here. If it's in this form, right here, or right here, your vertex is where? Origin. Yeah, you're at 0, 0. So that's one thing you should know. If you get this look, you have y squared equals 8x. Well, you're looking like this. So you have a vertex at what? At 0, 0. Okay, which is right here. Okay. Now, let's bring this over. Y squared equals 8x. Okay, and you already answered this question, or we kind of did, I guess. 0, 0. What's the focus? What's the directrix? The only way you're going to know, guys, is to know the p value. How'd you know it was 2?
because 8 divided by 4 is 2.
8 divided by 4 is 2. Okay, so here's what Maisie's doing. She's going like this. She knows it's a y squared. She knows it has the general form of this. This is the general form. And she sees that there's an 8 here. Okay. And also, this 4p has to be that number, right? So what you probably would do next is set your 4p equal to the coefficient 8. And Maisie got 2. You good with that? So if I know the vertex is 0, 0, and I know the focus is 2, I can go here. Put F. How did I know to go right? It was positive, yep. And it's y squared, so it's either right or left. If it would have been negative 2, I would have went left 2. Okay, where's the directrix? Yeah, 2 to the left, and that is a line. We'll call it x equals -2. Okay. All right. So I have this right here. Focus is 2, 0. Directrix is x equals. Whoops! I'm just going like this. Right there. What's the focal width? Focal width is just going to be the focus 2, 0. How far up? How far down do you go? Well, what are you going to plug into your equation? Yeah, the x value. Plug this number 2 in right over here. So here I go, trying to get my focal width. Focal width, y squared. I'm going to plug in the 2. 8 times 2, 16. Keep going. Y equals what? Okay, plus or minus 4. Okay, which means you found 2 points. You found the top of your parabola, the bottom of your parabola. So, top of your parabola will be over 2, how high? 4. I'll just put a 4 there, guys. So you know it's going like this. Okay, and to what? -4. I'll put -4 here. Like this. And there it goes. P value is 2, which helped us get everything. Do you see how I got the P value? I looked at that general equation. I saw 4P. 4P has to be that number 8. Solved it. 4P equals 8. Got 2. That's the hardest part. Yes, Nancy?
Is the focal width plus minus 4, or is it like
Oh,
8?
focal width? Okay, it's 8. So let's go like this. Come on over. 8. Can we just say units? Okay. How wide is your parabola at the focus? 8 units wide. Up 4, down 4. Good? You okay? Questions? None. Okay. Third page. Get started on this one. Just see what you can do. I'll just give you a quick hint. Sketch. Sketch what you know. Okay. Find the equation. Well, so I put general equation. I want to know which one is it. Is it x squared? Is it y squared? Which one is it? Well, let me do some sketching. 0, 0, vertex right here. Okay. And this parabola not only has a vertex of 0, 0, it contains the point 1, -8. Now, is that the focus? No. They didn't say the focus is 1, -8. They just said on the parabola, there's a point over 1, down what? 8. It's right here. And you know that's the vertex, so you know this thing is going up, hitting, kind of starting to curl. What else did they tell you? Axis of symmetry is the y-axis. So this cuts it in half. AOS. Can I put one more thing down? -1 what? -1, -8, symmetrical. You know, if 1 -8 is on the parabola, so is -1, -8. Right? Right. Okay, there it is, there it is. Okay, now, find the equation. First of all, it's a parabola that's going down. So what is the general look of it? X squared, right? X squared equals 4py. Yes, that's the general form. Okay? All right. Here's the deal. I'm going to ask you, ready? What's p? Where's the focus? Hard. It's hard. You can't visualize it. You got to use the information they gave you. What's p? For you to get p, you need to know what? An x and a y. So what should I do? Yeah, I mean, xy, that just means plug in a point. So if I plugged in 1 -8, I should be able to get p. Try that, see what happens. See what your p value is. And by the way, should p be positive here or negative? Yeah, it better be negative. So plug in your point that they gave you. What'd you get? Yep. It's a very, very small distance. Tiny distance. Okay? So it's very, very difficult for me to graph that. So there it is. What is the focus? Give me the point. How would I write that as a point? Right. Okay. So that's the focus. It's just down 1/32. Okay. Anybody know the directrix? It'd be about right here. The directrix would be what? D would be, it's a horizontal line. Say that again, Maisie.
0, 1
It's not a point. It's not a point, it's a line. And because it's horizontal, it's y equals, how high up is it? 1/32. This distance down 1/32 is the same as this distance up 1/32. So this would be the directrix. Not that you had to write that down, but just so you know that. Okay? All right. What else do we need to do on this one? Oh, now that I have the p-value, now you got to go from the general equation to really what is the equation to this problem? Well, the equation is, here's the general equation, x squared equals 4 times p y. But what is p? Negative 1/32. Okay? What does that come out to? Negative 1/8. Y. And that equation is that parabola right there. And I think that's all they wanted. I think they said find the equation of the parabola. That's what they given the information. But that sketch is so critical that you guys put that down because that sketch is helping you determine is p positive, is p negative, is it an x squared, is it a y squared, okay? And then of course if you cannot see the focus, you're going to have to use a point on your parabola. Like I did here, I used the point 1, -8 to find the p value. Stuff p back in here to get the new equation to this parabola. There it is. One last thing on this one. Sometimes in the back of the book, I got to tell you this, they, for some reason, don't give you that answer. You know what they do? They solve it for y. They multiply this side by -8, and this side by -8, and then they write this. They write -8x squared equals y. Okay, that's what they do sometimes in the back. Just leave it. Leave it like this. This is fine, because this is your general look that we started with. Okay? I don't want you to think you did it wrong is what I'm saying. You did it right. They might do this. Okay? All right. I think I'll quit there because tomorrow, here's what's going to happen tomorrow. They're going to take your vertex 0, 0, and they're going to do what? Slide it to the right, slide it up, and that's really not bad at all. We can handle that. You'll see. Okay, that'll be tomorrow's lesson. And then after that, guys, we'll come back Monday, and there'll be application. Okay? Is that 10-1? Yes, we will. But we're gonna walk around and take them, just in case you have questions. Okay? Now I gotta look at the book. I don't think your assignment you can do all of it. I think in the end you're gonna run into problems that we didn't talk about. So hang on, I'm gonna look before you leave. Okay?
Can somebody tell me the last problem that you did? Or last couple problems?
13 through 41 on.
Say again.
13 through 41 on.
41 on. Okay, gotcha.
This is the last one.
Last couple. That is the last couple. That's the last one. Wedding. That's fine.
Yeah, I'd say 30, 39, and 41. That would be like tomorrow's problems. 39, 41, just hang on. We'll do them, but we'll do it tomorrow.
So just go to
37 is good, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I will check that.
So the last two on your assignment today, just wait.
Okay, so I don't think it
Oh, awesome.
because I wasn't sure.
Yeah, you're not leaving until noon or something? Okay. Any, you know, before, instead of this slide, we're just there to help prove why.
But I can't do it.
Yeah, this 37 is. Here, I'll show you. So what happens? You're given two lines, and each line flexes.
Right.
There's an angle that they make.
Okay,
So
so
we're always looking for the
10-1.
I have say one more topic.
So now, to get that angle, it's tangent of that angle equals this. Well, this is the slope of line 2 minus the slope of line 1.
Oh, okay.
This is the slope of line 1 times 52. So to get the slope of the line, 3x. So what's the slope of line 1?
I need to rip it out.
Oh, right.
Correct. Slope of line 2. Move wide. No, I like what you did. Move that. Move this over here. Move this over. So you move 2 over, it's minus. Move this over, it's y. So what's the slope? Okay. Alright, well, let's do it, right? Slope of line 2 minus slope of line 1. Yeah, which is correct?
Yeah.
Okay. 1 plus this times this. What are these? That makes 3 divided by -1 is -3. The absolute value is. So when you come down here, tangent of theta. Okay, just like that. Equals. Theta. If theta is inverse tangent, right?
Yeah.
Of 3. And that's just this one.
Right. No, I did. I need caffeine. Is it
Probably Diet Coke or caffeine free, whatever. Okay. Okay. 10-1. Anybody?
I had a question on like the last
Oh, I'm gonna. Hey guys, 75 on 10-1. 75 on 10-1. Throw it up. Throw it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry. You have to read the graph on how good it is.
I
It
got
was
some
just
of
a-
it, but some of it.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I just didn't understand it.
Yeah. But I don't even- I can't- I think it's-
Are you serious?
Of course, you're gonna do that's it? Okay. Travis, you get that or?
Not anymore. The one
Oh,
thing I
75?
no, not well, 75. Yeah, but I also low key cheated on that one by looking it up online.
Sometimes you have to get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I have to do the same.
But
thing.
the one I had questions on was 64. But I already realized what I needed.
We did it wrong, so that's why
I realized. Wait a second. If I just convert that to 30 seconds.
How do you sleep at night, Travis?
No, I sleep like a baby.
Can one come in?
Yeah.
Weirdly.
Yes.
10, 11. Is that right? I think I'm gonna start right away. Start right away. If we get to the-
What a guy.
I would give you about 20.
Yeah.
I wanted you to see it. That's all.
Yeah.
I didn't tell one.
It was.
Oh, I thought I told you.
No,
It was good. I just didn't understand too yet. But like it was good. It was fine.
That's all.
oh yeah, Mr. Pig. I won't be here Monday or Tuesday.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
Okay, well, the good. You know the last problem in your slide? The last problem, I would really like you if you could come in
Yeah.
and walk me through it.
That was.
So what?
Yeah.
And I know you could figure it out. They just,
How did
if you can figure it out, go ahead.
Oh,
You know,
So,
come on in and we'll tell
you
you.
need to come in when Friday?
Well,
So,
if you're gonna be gone on Friday, it'd be nice if we could see it.
maybe
If you can join me, maybe I'll do this in class. And then during the school. Did you get one over here?
No, freaking
So you were just the last. Oh, you're working. Plugging?
Oh, this is.
I like life.
No, I don't need it. You want it?
And that will be this forming.
Why am I forgetting?
Point, this is a